Fat Chronicles 1. What does being fat mean to me? Maybe you can relate. First of all, being in the health and wellness field, I feel like there's a level of shame that I feel and embarrassment that I feel because I am so overweight right now. I have been so focused on everyone else and doing everything else that I forgot to do me. For a while, the nails and the hair and, the makeup and the lashes and all that stuff held me over and kind of took my focus away from the image that was steady looking at me in the mirror. There would be times when I would even avoid looking too long at myself in the mirror because I did not like what I seen. It became very easy for me just to order because I wasn't watching myself. I wasn't looking, I was avoiding myself because facing myself came along with a conviction and a reality that I didn't want to face. What does being fat mean for me? So being fat means for me is that I can't walk in my heels. I have a hard time walking in heels. I feel like my feet expire not long after I put the heels on. I experienced that not too long ago in Las Vegas where I wore some thigh-high boots and my outfit was cute. But again, I wasn't able to walk very long, so I ended up having to take the boots off. No socks, barefoot in a public place. I was so disgusted. What else does it mean to me? It means that, I don't really like taking many pictures because my face is fatter than what it used to be. I don't like the arm jiggle that I'm dealing with right now. The back fat that I'm dealing with right now. How many of you guys can relate when you go and you get a pair of pants and you put them on looking fresh and all that good stuff, and you go and start walking around about your daily activities, and then when you actually sit down, you look down and you see them little balls that have formed in between your thighs? Yeah, that's not cute. What else do I not like about it? The fact that I find myself running out of breath just by doing some not too strenuous activities. More pain. I'm experiencing pain in my knee. My back pain is exacerbated. And I feel like I've been having more headaches. What else? So many other things. This is a thing that I completely do not like is Spanx and girdles. Spanx and girdles is what I don't like because here's the thing: when you wear, you got your different kinds of Spanx, you got your different type of girdles. Going shopping for a girdle is literally a chore because you have to literally visualize and think about what are you going to be wearing with this particular girdle. You got some girdles that stop right in the middle of your thigh, right? Oh, it'll suck you in real nice. It'll make you look. You'll still be your size. You may get a little dip in your waist. Get a little dip in your waist, but you're still gonna be a solid, but a smoother size, right? You got some girdles that suck everything up and then thin you out. So it just stretches everything. Then you got this big bulge sitting on top of the girdle. That's not cute. Or how about when you go and put your pants on over the girdle and you see that big thigh indent? Not cute. Or let's talk about the kind that have the ribs on it. So if you shift the wrong way and that thing dent in on you, that's not cute. So many different things, and we're not even going to talk about the fact that you just can't hardly breathe in them puppies, right? So, I think it's always the reality for me, is when I actually see a picture that somebody else took. It's not really the pictures that I take. And it shows you how powerful the mind is. Because when I look at the pictures I take, I can see myself, because that's what I want so badly. In my mind, I don't look that way. In my mind, I'm not that big. But when somebody catches me off guard and I'm not able to pose or strike a pose or whatever you want to call it, and they just snap the picture, and then I get the picture from them, I'm just like, and so they're not understanding why I'm just like, ew. They don't understand that, because they see me for what I am, right? But when I see it, I'm like, ew, that's a horrible picture. But that's what I look like. So when you get to the point where it's no longer just in here and it's in here, now you can see yourself starting to make changes. Because I've done this before, right? I've gotten down to the size 8. And then I hurt my back. And then I wasn't able to work out anymore. And then I started letting my emotions get in. And then life came in. And then I gave up. And then I got discouraged. And then I got doubtful. And then all depression and all that other stuff. You know the story. And then I just got off my journey, and I focused on helping other people lose weight and meet their goals, and congratulations and celebrating them while I was steady just yo-yoing back and forth because I wouldn't stay consistent. And that's because it wasn't here. It was here, but it wasn't here. So when I seen them pictures of myself, that's when I was like, oh, heck no. I can't keep doing this to myself. I can't. And so being fat to me means that I'm killing myself. Being fat to me means that inside of these layers, I'm hiding. I'm hiding in here, and I'm fighting. My body, the way it was created to be, is fighting to get past all these layers. And when it goes back to the mind and how powerful the mind is. When you finally, the lens are clear, and you're not blinded by your own reflection of what you want to see, and things are very plain and clear for you. When you start to see it, then you really start to see it. So now that I see it, it's like I'm seeing everything. Okay, I got to work that. I got to work that. I got to work that. But one thing I have to definitely say is that you have to be very, very careful when it gets here, to not try to rush it, and don't get discouraged and don't get upset. You have to take your time and let it begin to change you slowly, internally and then externally. So as you know, as we go and dive into the year, right? This is a major role of what we got going on right here. This is playing a major role. This right here is grape drink to shrink, and I absolutely love it. You have to drink it every day, 2 8-ounce glasses a day. So it is definitely part of my regimen. And with me being in the health and wellness business, of course, I have a lot of different products at my disposal. And I'm very good at telling people how to use their products and how to do it. And congratulations and yes, and celebration. But I'd be like, oh, it's good. And see, mentally, I think mentally, in my mind, it's like, I got what I need. Whenever I'm ready to go, I'll be good. And so I'm steady just to eating, steady ordering, eating whatever I want to eat, whatever is easy, whatever is convenient. Let me tell you something. DoorDash and Postmates became my best friend. Okay, when we went on these training blitzes and doing all this extra training and traveling and all that stuff, steady just and not doing no types of activities unless I was basically walking from room to room. That was it. That's the activities that I was doing. And so what does being fat mean to me? Being fat to me means that I'm not living up to my true potential, that I'm not living up to my true purpose. And I say the words fat instead of trying to sugarcoat it because the devil hates a true confession. So because my mind has sugarcoated what I look like, and I have that picture in my screensaver as a reminder of what I really look like versus what I see in the mirror, because of that, I have to be very, very blunt about the words and the way that I feel. So therefore, I understand that in order for me to make the changes, I got to keep it real with myself. It doesn't matter about keeping it real with anybody else. You got to keep it real with yourself. I'm tired of carrying this extra weight. This extra weight that I'm carrying, it goes with me wherever I go. I can't leave it behind. It goes with me wherever I go. And let me tell you something. The more baggage that you carrying on your body, the longer it takes for you to get there and the heavier the load is. And the more likely you are to break down. Because you are at maximum weight overload. That's when you start to experience things like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, hip problems, joint problems, knee problems, back problems, headaches. Your emotions is up and down and up and down. You're irritable one minute, you're happy the next minute, you're sad the next minute. That's hormonal, and that has to do with being overweight. Even for us women who have periods still. Your period, crazy. My periods are super heavy, drained. Okay. So, and I got the nerve to be trying to eat like that on a daily basis. Once in a while is okay. Everything in moderation. You got to start practicing the 80-20 rule, but you got to be willing to sacrifice. Sacrifice for 14 days. For 14 days, sacrifice and do what you got to do so you can. I always tell my children, do what you have to do so that you can do what you want to do. I no longer want to have to lose weight. I want to just maintain it. I want it to be a lifestyle. So in order for me to get back to where I was, it's going to be even better this time because now I'm equipped with the mindset to be able to get there and keep it there. Okay. So what being fat means to me, it means that it is an invader of my space. It's an invader of my purpose, of my journey, of my life. I no longer welcome it. I no longer accept it. It's no longer okay. I can make a change and I'm doing it now. So my question is, what are you going to do? What does being fat mean to you? It's not cute. I don't care how many people try to say it is. It's not cute and it's not healthy. Now, granted, some people, they may be bigger framed and things like that, but having all those extra layers on, it's not healthy. And that's what the main concern is. It's not healthy. That's what we need to focus on. Is your weight healthy? And if your weight is not healthy, then you are putting yourself in jeopardy for catching, developing, dealing with things that aren't supposed to be there. So I would suggest that you have what does being fat mean to you conversation and keep it real with yourself. What don't you like? Okay? My arms were muscles. Now my arms got jiggle on it again. You see that? I don't like that. This belly sitting here, look at that extra meat. I don't want that. The ripples in my legs, I'm not feeling that. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. So I'm going to bust my butt, and I'm going to get my butt up every day, and I'm going to work out unless it's my rest day, because I got to give my body time to recover. And I'm going to do what I have to do to get this off, because I refuse to keep choosing food and laziness and procrastination and inconsistency over my goals, my purpose, my life, and longevity. I want a good quality of life. What do you want?